What's up, ninjas? Welcome to Yoga with Dojo Cat. Today we're going to do a morning yoga flow. Not only does doing yoga improve your balance, your flexibility, and your strength, but it can help you feel energized and focused, which is why it's great to do in the morning. It helps you get ready for the day ahead. So let's just get into it. So we will begin in child's pose. We'll bring our knees wide, melt our hips down to our heels, extend those arms out in front of us, and bring our forehead to the mat. And we're going to activate our child's pose, so keep those forearms off the mat, spread your fingers nice and wide. And let's just take a second here to connect to our breath. So inhale through the nose, nice deep breath, filling the belly. And exhale through the mouth. Set your intention for this practice for the rest of your day. My intention for the day is to be gentle with myself today. I'm still healing from that concussion, so I have to remind myself to be gentle. As much as I don't want to. I want to fight. We'll lift up, crawl our hands all the way over to the left, and then melt back down. And we'll inhale back to center, and exhale, crawl all the way over to the right, melting back down. Getting that beautiful stretch in the side body. And we'll inhale, coming back to center, ground into those palms, and then we're going to melt all the way down to our belly, bringing those knees in together. And we'll bring our arms down to our sides, palms up. From here, we'll just rest on our chin. Inhale and then lift our arms and our legs and our chests off the mat for locust pose. Feeling that beautiful back stretch, just getting the spine ready for the rest of our practice today. And melt back down to the mat. We'll plant our hands, curl our toes, and press up into our downward facing dog. We'll begin by pedaling out our feet and then rocking up on the toes. Stretch those feet out. And then we'll just melt our heels to the mat. Alright, from here I want you to bend your knees and really press away from the mat. You're going to feel this stretch change from your hamstrings to your spine. And straighten those legs. Inhale that right leg into the sky, bring it nice and high, keep those hips square. Exhale, bring that foot down in between your hands. Bring that left foot parallel and then rise up for warrior one. So let's take a second here to roll our shoulders up and then down away from our ears. And just remember, we're actively pressing this leg out. I don't want your knees caving in because that you could cause damage to your joints, so let's just actively press. So let's just make sure that that knee is stacked over top of that ankle, and we're pressing that knee out for a nice, strong warrior one pose. And we'll go into a reverse warrior, so just bringing that left hand to the back of that thigh and leaning back, getting that beautiful back bend here, feeling the stretch in the side of your body. And from here, we'll go into triangle. So bring those arms parallel, straighten that front leg. We'll shift forward and then drop that hand to the shin, gazing up at that left arm. Option here if you want a deeper stretch is to bring that right hand outside of that right foot for extended triangle. I'm not quite warmed up for that yet, so I'm just gonna stick with a regular triangle. It's one of my favorite poses. It feels so nice on the side body and on that front leg. And we'll release. I'm gonna turn to face you, but from here we're gonna turn our toes to face the wide part of our mat. Inhale those hands to the sky. And exhale, folding forward into wide-legged forward fold. Let's nod our heads yes. And shake our heads no. Just to release any tension we might be feeling in our necks. And we're gonna crawl our hands a little deeper in between our feet, just pulling ourselves closer. All right, we're gonna place that right hand in the center and open that left arm for a twist. And release the twist and go to the other side. So left arm in the center, right arm overhead. And release those hands back down to the mat. We're gonna tiptoe those feet in a little bit so that they're a little wider than hip distance apart, and then sink down into garland squat. So weight is in your heels, nice long spine, and then we're using our elbows to kind of press into our knees for a deeper stretch. Then you can bring those hands to the mat, straighten your legs, tiptoe those feet in so that they're hip distance apart, and then just relax here in forward fold. I'm just gonna turn again here. If you wanna get some swaying motion, or if you wanna tuck your arms into your elbows to get just kind of a ragdoll feeling going. Letting your top half hang and feeling that stretching your hamstrings. Inhale, halfway lift, nice flat back, gaze forward. And exhale back into that forward fold. We're gonna bend our knees and wrap our arms behind our knees, giving ourselves a little hug. All right, from here, we're gonna bring those arms to the sky. Keep that bend in your legs for chair pose. Again, weight is in your heels. Really feeling those muscles start to wake up for the day. Here for 2 more breaths. And straighten those legs. From here, we're gonna go into a balancing pose. I'm just gonna turn to face you. So bring our arms out parallel and take our right arm, sweep it underneath that left one, wrap it around, trying to grab, ideally palm to palm, but I'm not that flexible. So if you can only grab onto the pad of your thumb, that's okay. Option also just to grab your shoulders. This is great as well. So honor where you are, take the modification that you can do, and then maybe someday you can progress to a different modification. From here, ground into that right foot, pick up the left one and wrap it around that right leg. And then we're gonna sink down into a squat, lifting those elbows nice and high. You're gonna feel this stretch in your shoulders, and that extra balancing is gonna help that core. So really squeeze that core. If you struggle with balance, just find something to focus on. And if you fall out, that's okay. Just come right back into it. And hold for one more breath. And release those arms out to a T, unwind those legs, bring those arms to the sky, and then down to our hips. You might hear some little pitter-pattering right now. My cat is in crazy mode, so just ignore that. All right, well, inhale those hands to the sky. Exhale. Exhale, swan dive down. Plant the hands to the mat. Step back into downward facing dog. We'll pedal those feet out. Again, turning those hips over. Bend the knees. Focus that stretch in the spine. Inhale all together. And exhale. Straighten the spine. Try to melt those heels to the mat. You might find you can go a little further than you did in the first round. Inhale that left leg to the sky. And exhale, bring that foot in between your hands. Right foot parallel, rise up, warrior one. Bring that right hand down to the back of that thigh and lean back for a reverse warrior. Keep that bend in that front leg. And straighten that front leg, bring the arms parallel, shift forward, lower yourselves for triangle. Looking up at that right hand. Again, option for that extended triangle, bringing that left hand outside that left foot. And you can come back up, bring those hands to the hips, turn those toes so they're facing the wide part of your mat, nice and straight. Inhale those hands to the sky. Exhale, folding forward. You can put your hands on both of your feet and just hinging forward at the hips. Enjoy this nice stretch in your hamstrings. We're going to bring our right hand to that left foot, lift that left hand to the sky for a twist. And go to the other side, left hand to right foot, extending right arm to the sky. And release that twist. Plant those hands to the mat, tiptoe those feet so they're a little wider than hip distance apart, and then toes pointed outwards, and sink down into garland squat. Don't forget to connect to that breath, especially in these uncomfortable positions, because it can really help you release tension. And plant those hands to the mat, straighten your legs, tiptoe those feet about hip distance apart. I'm just going to turn here. And just enjoy your forward fold. Relax your neck. If you want to get some swaying motion, tucking those elbows. Inhale, halfway lift, but this time we're going to bring our arms behind us, palms up, and release back into forward fold. Bending those legs, wrapping the arms around the back of those knees. And you can release your knees, bring those arms to the sky, keep that bend for chair pose. And I encourage you to sink a little deeper into that pose. Think about tucking that tailbone under. Weight in your heels. 3 more breaths. One more. And straighten those legs. You can bring your arms down to your hips. And we'll go into that eagle pose on the left side. So bring those arms out into a T and then sweep that left arm underneath the right, grabbing onto the palm. Again, option just to grab those shoulders, lift those elbows nice and high, ground it into that left foot, wrap that right foot around, and then sink into a single leg squat. One thing I think I forgot to mention on the other side was when you wrap that leg around, if you struggle with balance, because one side is going to be different. For me, this is my weak side. So if you need to kickstand your toes on that right foot to help you stay balanced, that's okay. It's just another example of accepting where you are, knowing the areas that you need to work on, and then just practicing a little bit at a time. Don't forget, lift those elbows nice and high. If you fall out, it's okay. Nobody's perfect. And one more deep breath. And unwind those legs and arms. Arms out to a T, bring them up at the top and then down to your hips. We're just gonna finish up this practice with some bends and sways. So inhale those hands to the sky. Exhale, just bring that right hand down beside your hip and lean over. Feeling a nice stretch in that left side body. Inhale back to center. And exhale, other side. Left hand to that left hip. Bending over, feeling that stretch in your right side. And inhale back to center. Exhale, hands down to hips. And our last motion here, we're just gonna get some gentle rotations going. Just let those arms hang and just sway side to side. Don't worry about looking silly. Nobody cares. If they do, well, that's their problem. We're having a great time over here. And come back to center. That is it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, I love having you guys in my little dojo. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Tell your friends. You guys have a great day. I will see you next time. Os.